Hello you lovely Mario Maker person, my name is Ceave and welcome back. While Breath of the Wild is still at least 3 months away, there are incredibly well crafted Zelda levels in Super Mario Maker, which might help you to survive the long wait. Today we're going to take a look on 5 amazing and creative Zelda levels made by the great Super Mario Maker community. So you ready? Let's do this! The first stage I want to show you is called Scale Ganon's Castle and made by James. This level is built around a really unique gimmick I never saw used before. The whole level is a vertical tower. Link has to reach the top of Ganon's castle and he has to survive the traps and to solve the puzzles Ganon left him on the way. The unique thing about it is how the illusion of verticality is created. Whenever Link goes through a door, the part below him stays on the screen. This gives you the feeling that you're truly climbing to the top of an enormous tower. The level starts with some easy platforming challenges featuring saw blades and fire bars. Link has to make his way up on this beautifully crafted staircase. The platforming challenges are really well done. Each screen presents you a new form of a previous challenge. At first you have to dodge saw blades, then you have to evade saw blades and fire bars, then you have to jump over saw blades using platforms, and then, just before the saw blade evading becomes boring, you have to solve a small puzzle. Here Link has to activate the questionnaire block so that the life-saving vine starts to grow and he's able to make it to the pipe unharmed. The next screen features a small mini-boss to make things even richer in variety. So let's speed things up a little bit. Before Link finally reaches the top of the castle and the end of the stage, he has to win a race against the P-switch timer, survive a firebar obstacle that rotates in a really cool way, and beat Bowser Jr. in a clown car. I really loved the way the vertical scrolling was done and the elegant design of the stage, and I was really surprised when I saw that the stage only had 4 plays and that I was the first person to star it. The next stage I want to show you is called Link's 12th Item Journey and made by Arsonist. This stage plays like a 2D Zelda dungeon. There are multiple paths Link can take, small challenges he has to overcome, and tons of cool and creative puzzles. There is a really unique boss and there are tons of cool tricks with Goomba shoes in this stage. The stage is a little bit too long to showcase as a whole, so I'll just show you some of my favorite parts. The stage begins with a really cool puzzle. Link has to throw a bomb on top of a spring so that the bomb opens up a new path. Here is now a P-switch door and several paths. The path to the right leads to a saw blade and Link can't make any progress here currently. But the path to the left leads to a Goomba shoe and back to the beginning. Together with this shoe, Link is now able to abuse the otherwise deadly saw blade as an elevator to reach this area of the room. This jump is surprisingly difficult, but once Link got it, he's able to throw himself down into this pit, which angers a Thwomp who decides to follow him down there and activates the P-switch and allows Link to leave the first puzzle. This puzzle is really unique as well. Link needs to jump out of his Goomba shoe so that he's able to reach the area to the right. But if he wants to proceed there, he needs to have the Goomba shoe which he just left behind. Luckily there is a spring on tracks. If Link jumps out of his enormous shoe while the spring is to his left, the spring transports the shoe back to him. Once Link made it through all the dangerous challenges and tricky puzzles in the stage, he has to survive one last challenge. A horrific boss awaits him at the end of the stage. A boss so terrifying and fearsome, like no one before. A Thwomp Leto. Link knows he has no chance of defeating this horrible beast in a sword fight. His sword seems to not hurt its stone skin, and its enormous single leg tries to stomp Link wherever he goes. Luckily for Link, this boss is not only a danger to him, but an opportunity as well. The spring on the Thwomp Leto's head allows him to reach areas high in the air. If Link manages to reach the hidden area on the top left and on the top right without getting stumped, he can find the life-saving key there and is finally able to escape this dungeon. The next stage I want to show you is called DDDD Down with Zelda. This stage captures the feeling of the original The Legend of Zelda dungeons really well. Link has to progress through a number of rooms. His path is not always linear and there are some puzzles to solve for him. But not only this, at the end awaits him a dangerous fire snake called Moldorm. The first room I want to show you is this one. The exit of this room is blocked by 2 munchers, and Link's only way to proceed is to trigger the 2 power blocks to his left and right. If he wants to reach the power blocks, he has to avoid the horrific lava bubbles, which travel up and down. The level consists of several small rooms like this one. I really like the idea of having Link proceed through several dungeon rooms like in the original 2D Zeldas. But the coolest thing about this stage is the horrific fire snake Moldorm. This horrible snake-like creature circles around Link, trying to either burn or bounce him. This beast has no weaknesses. Link's only chance to survive this fight is to escape the fire, the bottomless pit and the deadly spikes until the shell on the top activates a P-switch. But first, the shell has to break a lot of brick blocks while a conveyor belt slows it down. But our hero manages to survive, at least until the P-switch got triggered. For the next stage, Link is allowed to take a small break from all his dangerous adventures, as in this stage another character is the hero. A character who owns so many maps that he hardly ever gets lost. It's Tingle time. The stage is called Help Tingle Find His Way Out and made by Shortie, and it's a really great luck that Tingle owns so many maps, as this stage is entirely non-linear and it's really easy to get lost in it. The stage is way too big to show you a whole playthrough, so I'll just show you some of my favorite parts once again. The stage is really good at opening new paths the more you explore it. There is this P-switch door at the beginning, for example, which is unreachable. But after a ton of adventuring through the level, you'll eventually reach this area and trigger tons of skeleton roller coasters. If you come back to this area from the beginning of the stage now, this door is finally accessible. Here's another great example of its non-linearity. This huge note block skull is accessible early in the stage wearing a big Goomba shoe, but if you want to get the key hidden in the huge skull, you need to come back with the small Goomba shoe, which you can get in another area. And you need to open up several paths so that it's possible to enter this area with the small shoe. It's really tough to explain this stage just by showing it to you, so I highly recommend you to check the level out. Alright, and now it's time to take a look at my favorite Zelda themed stage. This level is not only really fun to play, but during the whole stage, one of the best songs in video gaming history plays.
Let's go!
The stage is called Zelda, Hall of Zelda's Lullaby, made by Richi and incredible. There are several rooms in this level, each one containing a small puzzle for Link to solve, while Zelda's Lullaby plays in different versions. But that's not all. At the end of the stage there's a really cool boss fight against Bowser. All Link has to do during this boss fight is to not get hit by one of the Goombas, which enter the area where he is trapped. Bowser is carrying a key and gets shot by shell launchers launched from bullet blasters. The longer the fight continues, the more bullet blasters appear, slowly draining Bowser's life. After a while, another mushroom spawns in the arena, making it easier for Link to survive. That's a really unique way of creating a boss battle and actually something I never saw done before. Thanks to everyone who sent me a Zelda themed level, I had a ton of fun playing them. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, and maybe you feel the Breath of the Wild especially today and want to hit the subscribe button as well. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve and to see you soon. Goodbye!